Hello everyone. This is Haŋaî from Otuho. Welcome. Today we are discussing part 2 of the pronouns. So last time we discussed the pronouns, particularly subject pronouns, which we exhausted. However, I will come back to the sections of the pronouns so that then we will learn each one of them once more. Now, today, this is the topic I'm teaching today. It's called interrogative pronouns. Now, pro here means for, and then the noun in Otuho language is a name. So pronouns means these are the words which we use to replace the nouns. Okay. Now, but today this topic is just interrogative pronouns. This is part of the pronouns, which is actually important for us, to use certain words so that we are able to ask some questions. Now, interrogative is an adjective. The verb for interrogative is interrogate. So interrogate means to ask questions. So why do we ask people questions? In a simple terms, I will say, when you ask someone a question, you need an answer from them, or you want to find more information, to encourage our conversations. So here in Otuho language, we have some words which we can use to ask questions. Now, I have got about 5 groups of words which we use as Otuho people to ask questions. But these questions are specifically for these pronouns. So we can ask the questions in a different way. We'll come to it, whenever, we come across a word, and then we can try to use that particular word to ask a question. But these ones here are specifically for the pronouns. As you can see here, this is Haŋaî. This is a singular form of these ones here. So when you ask one question, you use Haŋaî. If you ask several, people, you will use Haŋaî or baŋaî. So as you can see here in English, this is who and whom. Now these words here is for these ones, for the English words. So these words here replace the English words when we are asking questions. Now I've got number 1 up to 5 here. These are examples of the questions which I selected, to demonstrate how we can, use these Otuho words to ask questions. Now, in number 1 here, Haŋaî alîa. Haŋaî alîa. So Haŋaî alîa means who is that? So for example, if I ask someone, if they are talking with someone else, you can say Haŋaî alîa. So you want to know them. Alîa here is this. This is a demonstrative pronoun, including ana. We'll come back to them, later on. But Haŋaî alîa means who is that? Now, sometimes Otuho, like in English, Otuho people can use what is called elision. So elision is the omission of a phoneme. Like this I here. When we omit this I here, then we have nga. So you can use this one as well to ask a question. Haŋaî alîa. You see? So we omit the I, and now we use just Haŋaî alîa, which means the same, who is that? Now, in the second example, I'm using this word now. This is Haŋaî. Haŋaî ofuoni tinyalôŋ. Haŋaî ofuoni tinyalôŋ. So the translation for this one is, who came the day before yesterday? Now, tinyalôŋ here means the day before yesterday. So it is a past tense, or a past event. Now, ofuoni here is the verb to come, which means atuna, become ofuoni, because this is for many people. If it is for one person, we will use otu, but this is ofuoni. Haŋaî ofuoni tinyalôŋ means who came the day before yesterday. So you're asking someone who was present there at that time, who came the day before yesterday. In the third example, Haŋaî anya angiria hong. Haŋaî, alîa, angiria. Angiria is food. Alîa here is a past tense of the verb to eat, which is angio in Otuho language. But hong here, this is the possessive pronoun, which I discussed last time. This is hong, which means mine, okay, or mine. Haŋaî, alîa, angiria. The translation in English, who ate my food, because it's already past tense, so who ate my food. Now, in this example here, number 3, I provided an answer just to demonstrate to us how we can answer those questions. Now, in the first 2, I didn't actually provide an answer for them because I don't have enough space actually to write everything. So I'm just using a few, just to show us how we can actually answer those questions. Now, according to this one here, the answer is inyi anya angiria hoi. Inyi anya angiria hoi. So someone is responding when you ask this question, who ate my food? And someone will respond in Otuho language, inyi anya angiria hoi. So inyi here is the personal pronoun. It is the said personal pronoun, which is in a singular form, which is he, she, it. So as you can see, to answer that question in English, the answer in English will start with he or she, all right? Because inyi here can be for both masculine and feminine genders. So which is why I use here he or she. So you can use for separate of these ones if you want to just speak for one person. Now, in the example number 4, jihonyi. Jihonyi here, it means to whom, jihonyi. So here you just ngaî, but here is jihonyi. So jihonyi, Ebasak, iyye, abôŋô. Jihonyi, Ebasak, iyye, abôŋô. Abôŋô is a clothe, which is a noun. Hoi here is a possessive pronoun. Ebasak here is the verb, in English it is actually give. But Ebasak here in Otuho language has got a different meaning. Now, if you give something to somebody just to use it, and you are expecting to take it back, at the end you just take a decision and say, no, I'm not going to ask it back again. So I can leave it to him or her. So this is Ebasak, okay? Jihonyi Ebasak abôŋô. So as you can see here, this is to him. This is not the answer to this question in full. This is just to demonstrate that when you translate the answer to these Otuho questions in English, at the end of the sentence, it will be to him. Because this to him become an object, okay? It is the object of inyi. All right. Jihonyi Ebasak abôŋô. So you will say, to whom did you give your clothes? To whom did you give your clothes? This is English translation for this question here in Otuho language. Jihonyi Ebasak abôŋô. In example number 5, you can see here I underline Ana in red. Ana is also a pronoun, but this is a demonstrative pronoun, as I said before. We'll come back to them in their group. We'll learn them together in their group. So I join Ana and ngaî, which is that word there. It becomes Anaŋaî. Anaŋaî, Ana. Anaŋaî, Ana. So Anaŋaî, Ana will translate it into this is for whom. As you can see here, it is whom, which is this one here. Okay, and this was who there. Anaŋaî, Ana, this is for whom. So the answer to that one is ononyi anya. Ononyi anya. Ononyi anya means this is for him or her. And again, I'm using here him or her because ononyi here, the possessive pronoun here for both male and feminine genders. But anya is actually this. Now, anaŋaî, it means that thing, the object, or you are talking about, is actually close to the other person. So it becomes anya. If it is close to the speaker, it will be ana. So anaŋaî, this is for whom. So the answer is ononyani. This is for him or her. Now I'm going to turn the board on the other side so that we continue to discuss on the other group of interrogative pronouns which we use in Otuho language to ask questions. Sorry, it's a little bit awkward to move these things around. You can see here, this is a which. So this is an English word which is used for asking questions. In Otuho language, we have Alalî. Alalî is for male gender, or something that you are talking has got a male gender. Okay, this is the plural form of this one, is hûlalî. Alalî, hûlalî. And then for feminine gender is ananî, and this is the plural form hûnanî. So as I said before, like Otuho language, like some words in English, is also talking about, the different, genders. So Alalî, and this is ananî. Now, in the example number 1 here for which, you can either use ananî for the feminine gender, the thing you are talking about, or Alalî for the masculine gender. Now, Alalî iyye. Alalî iyye. Alalî iyye means which one do you want? Which one do you want? Alalî iyye. Now, to make things easier, I'm not going to translate or word by word, because this really makes things more complicated. So I just want to, demonstrate the whole thing, the whole question there, including those words. But those words, I can explain them one by one. Okay, this is which, and awakan is the verb, to need or to want, but iyye here is the said person singular, which is he, she, it. Alalî iyye. But that thing you are talking about has got a male gender, because Alalî is actually for the male. So this is a male. The question they're asking for a male thing. Which one do you want? So for example, the person who's asking you this question have several things, and then they want you to actually to choose from. So that's why they ask this kind of question, Alalî iyye, which one do you want? And in the example number 2, this is the plural form for this one, which is this one here. It is hûlalî. Hûlalî kyoro iyye. Now this example here, we don't have actually sheep for us, particularly in our residential areas. However, when you go to the farms where the owners actually keep the sheep, you can be able to see them there. But this example here, I put this example. This example is actually too relevant to our people in South Sudan, in our villages in South Sudan. Let's say, for example, they lost a couple of sheep. Then the person who asked this question will say, hûlalî kyoro iyye. Now, aker is a sheep, singular, but akyoro is the plural for sheep. But here, when we use this, this word hûlalî, we omit, the phoneme a here, which is for the akyoro, for the plural. It becomes hûlalî kyoro iyye. Okay, so this is the translation in English. Which sheep are you looking for? Which sheep are you looking for? Now, for this one, I provided an answer because I tried to explain one of the terminologies of Otuho, which we don't use it very often. Now, the answer here is ativia ni oloriva iko olomini. Ativia ni oloriva iko olomini. So, oloriva here is a type of a color, and also olomini is another type of color. So, as you can see in the translation for that question there in English, I'm looking for the mottled and a speckled one. I'm looking for the mottled and a speckled one. Now, mottled here, as you can see, if you see on a TV, a hyena has got, some spots. So that spot is actually mottled. And then the speckled here, if you see the leopard, so there's, some spots on the skin of a leopard. These are described as speckled. Now, this this sheep I'm talking about here, they have got these particular colors. So the colors or the type or the kind in Otuho language is known as avachan. That's a singular form. In a plural form, it's called avachani. So this sheep here has got particular colors, which we call avachan or avachani. So Alalî, hûlalî kyore tiviaye, which sheep are you looking for? Means ativiani oloriva ikolomo olomini. In the example number 3 here, I use the plural form of this word here, ananî, for the feminine gender. So you can see there, hûnanî. Hûnanî hamuha eyyavakni. Hûnanî hamuha eyyavakni. So this is the translation here. Which shoes should I wear? So in your family, in your house, you have several, types of shoes. And then you just ask maybe, particular children, they can ask their parents, which shoes should I wear? So this is the Otuho question for this here. Hûnanî hamuha itive. As you can see here, hûnanî here is this one here. So it means that the shoe has got a feminine gender rather than the male gender, So they become hûnanî hamuha itive. This is the plural form of amôhe. Amôhe is a shoe, but amoha is the plural. So, but when we put it in a sentence like that, we will say hûnanî hamuha iyavakini. Which shoes should I wear? Now, another type of phrasal word we use, to ask question is of which place. As you can see here, of which place in English. Now, of which place, this phrasal word here in Otuho is translated as alaja. This is for singular, and this is hûlalî for plural. Now, if you are talking of one person, it will be alaja, and for many people, hûlalî. And this is again the opposite. Anaja is for the feminine gender, or hûnanî is the plural. So, of which place, this phrasal word, you try to demarcate or delineate the place where someone comes from, which is why we use it, which place. Okay, so the example for that question, for this one here is this one. For example, I use alaja here and also anaja together, but you can use them separately. I just want to demonstrate that you can use both of them to ask this question. Alalî, iyye. Alalî, iyye. Iyye here is he, she, or it. All right. Also here is ananî, is the same because it's he, she, or it. The translation for this one in English is which place does he or she comes from? Sorry, which place does he or she come from? So that's alaja iyye. Now you're trying to ask someone, where does this person comes from? So if he's coming from a certain village, you will say iyye olonyokrorit. Iyye olonyokrorit here is actually for a male gender. Onyirok means sons, but actually a village or a town or a city, it doesn't have children, but it has got a population of people, who are living in that town. But Otuho actually, when we use Otuho language, so Onyirok here, it means that the place where you are coming from. So Inyolo Onyirok Roriti means he is actually from Torit, rather than that he is the son of Torit. No, he is not. Okay, so Inyolo Onyirok Roriti or Inyi Ono Ngariok Roriti. Ngari is daughter. Ngariok is the plural for daughter, which is daughters. Onyi is a son. The plural is Onyirok. Okay, so in this question here of which place, Alajanyi is actually asking where a person comes from. Now, another form of the word we use to ask questions in Otuho language, like this one here is called Nareng. Okay, I want you to learn this word Nareng, 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 Nareng. This is the singular form, and this ones you can use this one as well. This is Nanyo or Anyo, Nanyo, Anyo, Nareng. So the examples I use here, there's a couple of questions there. Like in number 1 here, it is anyoreng ania. Sorry, anyoreng ana. What is this? You see? So these ones here, anyo, and ngareng is actually what in English. So in this example, you can see anyoreng ana is actually what is this. In example number 2 is ngareng iwakie. Ngareng iwakie. So ngareng iwakie jihong. Jihong is actually from me. Jihong. Hong is again is mine. So ngareng iwakie jihong becomes jihong. Ngareng iwakie jihong means what do you want from me? Ngareng iwakie jihong. What do you want from me? This is the real Otuho. If we really want to speak and sound, like ofuoni, well, this is one of the best words to use. Nareng. Okay? Nareng. Nareng iwakie jihong. What do you want from me? Now, areng is a thing. So if we use in a sentence like this, it becomes just ring. Anyoreng ana. Sometimes we can use areng, become then a, you have to add a and another r here, means areng is a thing. Okay, areng is a thing. So the plural is asang. Okay, so these are 5 groups of words we use, to ask questions in Otuho language. So it is actually important for us to learn them, because Otuho language is just the same as English. Because if we don't actually speak, grammatically correct, then, what you are saying or what you are asking will be meaningless. So it is important for us to learn all this one. So Otuho grammar is actually like in English, because English or a grammar is actually just a way of arranging words in order so that it gives a meaning. Because if you have words here and there, and it doesn't give any meaning, any good meaning. So we have to organize the words in a certain order so that actually it is meaningful. Okay, so this is the topic today about interrogative pronouns are the words we use in Otuho language to ask questions. It is important to listen or to watch the video so that you understand those words. And particularly for our children who are born in Western countries and have grown up now, they don't speak Otuho language. If you sit with your dad or mom who speaks Otuho language well, you can just write those words down and then ask them what they mean. They will be able to describe them to you. Okay, now you have to get updates from me. So you have to actually subscribe. It is for free. Subscribe to the channel so that then anytime I upload a video like this, then you can be able to see it. You will have a reminder that another video is actually uploaded. Then you can then listen to it. It is very important. So any particular word or any words in Otuho language is important, but we are going to tackle those words one by one. Okay, so that then when we are having a conversation in Otuho language, we don't want to mix it with English or Arabic, because this is actually happening these days. Most of our people live in the Western countries. All of us actually get used to English because this is the only language of instruction which we use everywhere. When we meet friends, we only just talk in English. But if we are meet an Otuhoni, let's try it, to speak Otuho, because we are learning. All right, to make a mistake is good for us. Don't be afraid to say something because you're gonna make a mistake. We're all learning from our mistakes. Because if we don't, make a mistake, then what is it? All right. So I finished for today. Hopefully, I see you soon. When I introduce a new topic. So this topic on pronouns is actually huge. So as I said previously, that we're gonna tackle all the sections, one by one, to make our communication easy. Now today is just interrogative pronouns, these are the words we use to ask questions, whether in Otuho language or in English. All right. Thank you very much.